Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Shaw Gymnasium. We apologize for the delay in our live commentary. The Yellow Jackets are currently down on the scoreboard 5-0 to Plymouth High School in their season opener. And Christian Cast scores to open up the scoring for the Yellow Jackets here in the Shaw Gymnasium. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Steve Lepkowski. Great to have you along with us.
Thanks, Luca. Really excited to start off the home game here, first home game in Shaw Gymnasium.
Country Day taking it the other way. It's Cast driving down the baseline, passes it to his teammate Cade Wilhelmy, who's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, so far in this game, it's really been fast-paced up and down. And I think as the game goes on, Coach Nobles is going to see the fruits of the labor of having an offense based in transition. We're doing a really good job getting to the rack. I think this is Cade Wilhelmy's second time at the line. So far, so good.
Wilhelmy to shoot two. First one bounces off the back iron. A couple of substitutions, one for each team. Roman Allen, the freshman.
He gets a lot of press, as they say, for his offensive prowess, but at least early, him, Cordell Robinson, they've been doing a great job on the ball, making it difficult for Plymouth.
Plymouth with a narrow 5-2 lead. Chase Calvin drove baseline, passed it to Amir Miller, who puts it through and extends their lead. Country Day looking for some pace on the other end, but they turn it over, goes out of bounds.
Yeah, we're going to have these moments all season long, and that's to be expected. Again, we had 5 freshmen on varsity last year, and they got a significant amount of minutes. They're here as sophomores. Added 2 more freshmen. They're going to see a lot of time in Ethan Bray and Roman Allen. You're going to have these moments. We're trying to do too much. But overall, I think this is going to be a great game for us.
Cass puts up a 3. It falls! And the Yellow Jackets hit their first 3 of the season in the Shaw Gymnasium, narrowing the deficit to 2. Plymouth fouled. They're not going to give him the shot there.
Sometimes this happens, Luca. We're so on the ball, and it's going to require our help side defense to really be mindful of where that ball is. And I think we got caught there as a natural reaction for Plymouth is they're going to try to drive. We're going to be up in their grill, and they're going to try to drive. And so our help defense is definitely going to get tested tonight.
Chase Calvin looking to inbound. He's got Camden short. There's the 3 ball. Doesn't fall. That was Max Swafford that was looking for it. And now Country Day will take possession. Chase Kooks checking in.
Both these teams are very similar, Luca, and there's not much size on the floor. We've got Cade and Chase, but other than that, you're really not going to see a traditional post player.
Cordell Robinson's pass was intercepted but thrown out of bounds. A little bit of football terminology there. Yeah. So Country Day will keep it on their half of the floor. Robinson will set it up for the Yellow Jacket offense. Miller's giving him some trouble. Tried to pass it outside. That one's picked away by Swafford. He's going down, and he gets it to fall. Plymouth has survived on the fast breaks so far in this first quarter and use them to their advantage. Kooks looking to set it up, hands it to Christian Cast. We know he can score. There's Blake Murphy driving, try to get it to Kooks. It's on the floor, able to pass it out. Plymouth takes it away. It's Zeri Rue taking it the other way. Driving in, and it's blocked by Cordell Robinson. What a great play on defense.
Yeah, I know Coach Nobles, where we're going to have to get better offensively, and we will over course of seasons when we're in that half court where we can't get out and run. We had a side out of bounds, and that is truly where hopefully over this season you're going to see development because we can run. And as long as we can, play defense, get a rebound, get out and run, you're going to see us put up a lot of points. But in this half court, it'll be interesting to see. This is the fourth game of the season. We are definitely going to have moments where we're going to have some flowing offense.
Timeout was called by the Plymouth Wildcats. Now, this is an exciting season for the Yellow Jackets here. Home opener at the Shaw Gymnasium. What are we looking for as this team kind of looks to rebuild? We know there's some history. There's a lot of names on these all-state banners. This is a 9-time state championship winning team.
Absolutely. You're looking at one of the best programs in the Midwest historically, and it is exciting. Coach Nobles is an alum, got a young team, had last year, and it's going to be exciting throughout this whole season. We got five, like I said, we've got 5 sophomores that got significant minutes. Right now, one of those is Anthony Cartwright. He's still healing up from a football injury. And then we had 2 freshmen, and then you got some senior leadership with Evan Singleton and Cade Wilhelmy. It is going to be exciting, and I just, from the first game at Stevenson to now to the rest of the season, I just think we're going to get better and better.
Plymouth looking to inbound. It's Zeri Rue who puts it through. And the Yellow Jackets faced with a 6-point deficit.
Yeah, this is where we got to get better. We got to have a good offensive flow here and get a good shot off in the half court.
Cass gets it over to Murphy. Pass now. It's Jaden Martin giving it out to Kooks. Murphy in the corner. Finds Jaden Martin directing traffic. Passes it out to Murphy. A little bit of contact there. Martin with the heads-up play. They'll take their time and reset. Kooks drives. Passes out. It's Jaden Martin. Back to Kooks inside. Puts it up. Can't fall. And Plymouth will take it the other way. It was a good offensive possession. Didn't end in points, but some good things to see here.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just can't be counting points here. We got to see how this offense flows, and I agree with you. That was a great set.
Chase Calvin working against Jaden Martin. Got the screen from short, puts up a 3, doesn't fall. Cass fighting for the rebound. Plymouth able to take it away. Going down low, and Zeri Rue was able to tip it in. Even the Country Day defense there was looking good. Plymouth able to overcome.
Yeah, if we keep up this intensity, we're going to be okay.
Cass can't get the mid-range jumper to fall. Ball on the floor. Martin fighting for it. Blake Murphy comes down with it. They're going to call a foul here.
One thing that's going to be interesting, Luca, I've watched the first 3 games, and it's early in the season with a young team. How Coach Nobles finds his rotation. He's been playing a lot of players so far, typically 11, 12 in each of the games. And so there's a feeling out process and how kids move with each other, how they're thinking. And we're seeing this all play out. This is the 4th game this season. But I can't say enough. From year 1 to 2 and now year 3, early in this season, you can see a major step from last year to this year under Coach Noble's leadership.
One of the things Coach Nobles mentioned to me, too, I had him on the Jacket Journeys podcast, it's a team that's young, but these young kids have a lot of experience. As freshmen, they played a ton at the varsity level, and that's what's going to allow them to unlock their potential as Cordell Robinson hits a 3. Amir Miller trying to set it up for the Wildcats. Tried to pass it outside. It's taken away by Ethan Bray. Now Robinson going down low. Offensive rebound. Can't go. Good effort there by Isaiah Marino. But Plymouth able to take it the other way once again. Zeri Rue puts up a 3, and it goes through. This lead is starting to grow for the Wildcats. 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Country Day needs some points. Cass, double team, able to fight through it, goes inside, and he's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for 2 with 10 seconds on the clock.
You can see how talented Christian is, and I can't reiterate enough. I think over the season, Christian is our go-to offensive player, and I really think over time we're going to find number 2 and 3. And you see it play out there. Every team knows they are going to double. They know Christian. That's who we want with the ball in his hands, and so we've got to develop that second and third player so they can't double him as much. He's got a stroke at any place on the court. He is dangerous to shoot it. He will, pulls a Steph Curry for 3 at any point. So it's all part of the development and growth of this team.
Cast made the first. Hits the second. So Country Day within 6 with 10 on the clock. Plymouth is going to have to hurry. It's Calvin trying to go down low. Can't put it through. Offensive rebound doesn't fall, and the buzzer will sound. That is the end of the first quarter. Plymouth leads the Yellow Jackets 16-10. We'll be right back. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We welcome you back inside the Shaw Gymnasium for the Country Day basketball home opener. I'm Luka Nowinski alongside Steve Lepkowski. A competitive first quarter, but Country Day is down by 6 on the scoreboard. What's the key to this second quarter to bring it closer as we near halftime?
Yeah, I think we were a little hectic, up and down, but it's our home opener. Everyone's excited. We got a good crowd here. I'd be interested to see if Coach Nobles pushes the pace here. I'm not sure Plymouth can handle our ball pressure and getting up and down with us.
Calvin trying to make something happen on offense. Gets it over to McCaig. Back outside, it's Ali Hyder. Bounces it, it's Hornbacher. And they're going to call a travel. It'll be Country Day basketball.
Yeah, I really think we have more depth.
Cordell Robinson driving, pass inside to Cade Wilhelmy. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, great offensive set, being patient with it, driving and kicking. Got Cordell with a great pass to Cade. I'd like to see Isaiah Marino. He's really talented. He's got a really long player. It seems like a couple of points in that set he would pull up. He needs to really attack the basket. I think he's going to have an advantage with the player covering him.
Wilhelmy hits the first.
Cade Wilhelmy, he's he was captain of the football team, all-state player, just got named last week, going to Toledo for football. He's another Country Day kid. It's great that he's playing his senior year, not just kind of moving on to football. I think he's really going to help this young squad.
Chase Calvin working for the Wildcats offense, trying to drive inside, lost it. Cordell Robinson taking it the other way, a long pass, and it flies out of bounds. He was looking for his teammate Isaiah Marino.
That's okay. We're pushing it, and when you push, sometimes you're going to have errant throws, but I really think right now that would be the key. We're playing great defense in this second quarter, and I think we just got to stay on them and keep pushing the floor.
Calvin, bounce pass inside, and they're going to call a travel.
Yeah, that's 3 turnovers in a row. We are locked in right now, defense, and that has completely gotten them out of any systematic offense. And, again, if we do that, that's not going to change the whole game. And now here's another half-court set, and see what we have dialed up here.
Christian Cass taking it the other way, gets a screen from Wilhelmi. Puts up a three. It goes through. What a big three for the Yellow Jackets. That brings them within 2.
He's a weapon anywhere on the court, and they're going to have to really cover Christian because he will do that all night long if they give him space.
Calvin looking to make something happen for a struggling Wildcats offense, and they'll call a foul there.
Yeah, they got bailed out there, but again, that's 4 sets in a row. Plymouth is really they're being suffocated by our defense, and this is great. If I'm Coach Nobles, I'm really happy in the second quarter, these first 2 minutes of the game. Our kids are locking down, and like anything, that's the hardest thing is to teach young kids how to play team defense, and right now, it's probably the best 2 minutes of defense I've seen in a long time.
Plymouth looking to reset. Pass outside wide open. Abdul Hamad 3 rolls out. Country Day will take it the other way, starting with the freshman Roman Allen. Driving.
Good take.
Can't go through. Wilhelmi tried to tip it. Marino couldn't get the defense or the offensive rebound. Plymouth taking it the other way. There's a drive inside. Doesn't fall for Swafford, but they're able to pick it away. What a great play there by Isaiah Marino on the defense. It'll stay with Plymouth, but a great way to stop another fast break.
Yeah, you can see this. Even though we're up and down, we're going to start converting these open-ended runs. And our defense, I can't stress enough, we're getting back on defense. We're playing really sound. It's only been a little bit into the second quarter. I don't know if Plymouth can play at this pace for the rest of the game.
Hyder looking to throw it in. Finds his teammate Zeri Rue. Puts up a mid-range jumper, and it falls. First time Plymouth's been able to score in a little while. But here comes Country Day on the other end, and it gets picked away. Lots of turnovers so far in this game on both sides. And another travel on the other end for the Wildcats.
Yeah, offensively, again, we've got young kids here, and I think they're so into this team system of offense, which is great. But, Roman, he could attack there. Sometimes you just got to get to the rack, and he's trying to kick out to Ethan and had a turnover there. But let's see. I'd like to see us attack the rim a little bit more.
Country Day looking to set it up. It's Isaiah Marino putting up a mid-range jumper. Can't fall. Cast fighting for the rebound. Couldn't corral it. And another empty possession. Rue trying to find his teammate. It's picked away. It's Cordell Robinson. Up to Jaden Martin. Fast break. Down low. Marino with the rebound and the comeback. They're able to put it through. Country Day back on the scoreboard.
Yep, that's when we're at our best right now. We're playing defense, getting down and run, seeing a player down the court. Look at our defense again. Let's get it and run. Got numbers.
Marino. With the slam! Isaiah Marino with the statement. Tying the game for the Yellow Jackets. He put him on a poster.
That's right. We are dialed in. This is what Country Day basketball is. It's great. Marino going strong to the rack. Let's get out and run again.
Here comes Christian Cast. Fighting baseline. Double team. Finds Ethan Bray in the corner. Can't get the three to fall.
That's okay. I said it earlier. I firmly believe this is the best version of Country Day right here. We play defense and get out and run, and we just got to maintain this pressure.
Plymouth trying to fight on the other end, able to put it through. It was Hyder. Plymouth maintains a 2-point lead. And head coach Daryl Nobles will call a timeout. And Isaiah Marino's teammates greet him in front of the bench.
Yeah, great start to the second quarter. Like I said earlier, even though we were down after one, Luca, it just doesn't feel like Plymouth can keep with our pace. Now, with that said, you play a fast pace. You're gonna have errant throws. You're gonna have turnovers, but it's more the war of attrition. We want to play a full 32 minutes, and if we play full 32 like we just did this second quarter, I think we're gonna have a fun night here on opening night at Shaw Court.
It's already been a fun night. Country Day trying to push back in this second quarter.
You just feel the atmosphere, Luca. You've been here, you're a senior. There's something in the air. There's something always about the first home game in basketball. And we've got a really good crowd. We have some students here. And I know Coach Nobles, I said earlier, it's his third year. He's an alum of the program. He graduated in '07, was an all-state player. He led the team to a state championship under the legendary Kurt Keener. This is what he wants. If there's anyone as committed to bringing Country Day basketball back to what it was, I haven't met that person. We have the same. We're fortunate enough to have the same thing in our women's program with Coach Amber Dean, who's an alum. I think it's you mentioned exciting time in Country Day basketball. It's an exciting time for both the men's and women's. I truly feel these two leaders are going to bring us back to what everyone is used to with Country Day basketball.
Like you said, you can feel the atmosphere here in the Shaw Gym. Marino looking to set it up. Finds his teammate Cordell Robinson. Passes in the corner. Ethan Bray for three. Can't get it to fall. Amir Miller will take it the other way, facing a little bit of pressure from Jaden Martin.
Really good by Jaden. Really good by putting pressure on their point guard. Really takes offenses out of their set.
Zeri Rue with a long three. Doesn't fall. Robinson with the rebound. Finds his teammate
pass.
Christian Cass down low. Puts it up and puts it through to tie the game with 2:50 to go in the first half.
Great vision by Cordell with the diagonal pass there to Christian. And like I said, Christian's a walking bucket. No matter if it's a layup or a jumper, that ball's going in.
Swafford couldn't put it through. The try again draws a foul.
And so, like I said earlier, this is a great game where Coach Nobles, he's still in the filling out process of what his rotation is. And these are the kind of games you find it. You start the second quarter with a different lineup and we make a huge run. And, it's all about that balance of what's our defensive lineup. If we want to score points, who do we want in the game? Who do we want in at the end of the game? And this is all going to be a filling out process all season.
Camden Short missed the first free throw, looking to break this 20-20 tie. Can't get the second one, but offensive rebound for Plymouth, and Zeri Rue able to put the Wildcats back up on the scoreboard. Now Christian Castle set it up for the Yellow Jackets. And he's called for a travel there.
We got to do a good job of closing these last 2 minutes out, Luca. We made a huge push. Now it's, down two, but let's not let this widen. Let's go into half where it's a tie game or we're up. We've done so much in this second quarter.
Now senior leader Blake Murphy checks into the game. And like you said, a crucial final 2 minutes, a little bit of change here. Plymouth puts it up. It was Camden Short to increase their lead. Marino looking for something on the offensive end of the floor. Cordell Robinson takes it. Fighting some good defensive pressure from the Wildcats. It's back to Marino.
We're a little stagnant on this set. We need to get into a flowing set here and get some better spacing right now.
And they're going to reset it with Murphy. Finds his teammate Jaden Martin. Bounce pass inside Murphy. They're going to call a foul on the floor. So Country Day will keep it on this end.
Great backdoor cut there by Blake. Jaden sees him on the feed. They foul, but that's a great-looking cut there by Blake.
Now another senior leader checking in. It's Evan Singleton. Cast will inbound from the baseline. Tried to get it to Marino. Was contested. Marino puts it up and puts it through and one.
It's a great job. Really strong play by Isaiah. Really, as he matures as a player, he's got to keep attacking the rim like he just did there. And obviously with the dunk, he is such a physical player. And, when he plays, sometimes I wonder how physical, if he realizes how physical he is. He's just a tremendous, tremendous kid. Got a chance to coach him a little bit in football. I think if he keeps attacking the glass, he has that chance to become another option aside from Christian, and that would make us very dangerous offensively.
He's making a statement about what this season is going to be and what the Yellow Jacket fans can see in the Shaw Gymnasium this year.
They'll be hiding a little trap here.
Calvin working for the Wildcats. Finds his teammate baseline and one for Camden Short. Blake Murphy with the foul.
Yeah, we got caught with the help side. Blake got pinned, and like I said, when you put ball pressure, your bottom line kids by the baseline, they've got to be very aware. They cannot get sealed, because when you do, that's when those little diagonal bounce passes to the post happen.
Short at the line. Can't get it to fall. Jaden Martin with the rebound. Cass will try to push it for the Yellow Jackets. Makes a move, tries to drive inside, ball on the floor. Evan Singleton took it away. Martin finds Blake Murphy on the outside. Cross court pass to Singleton, trying to drive baseline, gets it back to Murphy. Gets it into the corner, and Jaden Martin was out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
Blake got caught in no man's. I thought he was going to shoot. They closed out, and unfortunately we didn't. Evan was cutting through. We had a little full court pressure here.
Zeri Rue taking it for the Wildcats, trying to drive. Met with a double team. It goes out of bounds, and Country Day will take it over. What a nice play on defense by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they're chasing with Jaden. And it's what I thought earlier when I was saying they were disguising a trap. That's what it was. Jaden's trying to get it to one side, and then he's just going to follow the ball wherever it's passed, and they're going to double, and it worked out great for us.
Isaiah Marino comes back in the closing stages of this first half. Country Day down by 3, 26-23. And there's another Yellow Jacket turnover.
Yeah, they had to carry on that. Don't see that call too much. Everyone always complains that every basketball player carries it, but I haven't seen that call in a long time.
Now a foul goes against Evan Singleton.
Foul is on number 10, Evan Singleton. That's his second foul. Team score.
Like, even though it's only 40 seconds, this is a critical moment here. We don't want to give up 2 scores and go into half down 6-7 points.
Calvin pushing the tempo. Country Day trying to respond on defense. And a travel will bring it the other way.
Now, like you said, a lot of turnovers in the game so far. But I think, again, we've kind of slowed it down in this last 2 minutes. And obviously with only 30 seconds left, it'll probably be more of a slow tempo. But I think coming out of half, we had something there pushing the ball down the floor.
Here comes Christian Cast. Slow dribble. Passes it over to Marino. He's going to work it inside 20 seconds now. Roman Allen fights through some defensive pressure, gets it to Cordell Robinson. Driving baseline, puts it up, doesn't fall. Marino fighting for the rebound, couldn't get it. Plymouth trying to push the floor. Cast takes it away. 3 seconds on the clock. Cast for 3. He got it at the buzzer. Christian Cast ties the game at halftime. What an effort.
What a swing of events, Luca. Like I said, Christian is dynamic on offense. Great job there. Now we're going in after that first quarter where we were behind quite a bit. We're tied, have momentum, and it's going to be an exciting second half. What a great start to the basketball season here in Shaw Gymnasium.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break for halftime, and we'll be back for a packed second half of basketball here in the Shaw Gymnasium. 26-26 tie in the home opener. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We welcome you back inside Shaw Gymnasium at halftime of this thrilling home opener for the Yellow Jackets. 26-26 tie with the Plymouth Wildcats. I'm Luka Nowinski once again alongside my broadcast partner Steve Lepkowski, and let's talk a little bit about the history of Country Day men's basketball. It's a team with a lot of history. There's a lot to be said. There's a lot of things that have happened inside this gymnasium.
Absolutely, Luca. I can't underestimate it. This is a historic gymnasium. You know, in the fall, I was able to call some football games with you, and now in basketball. It's just exciting because I'm a former player of this program, and, you know, this program started with Kurt Keener. You know, he came in the late 70s, fresh out of college, and all the way through 2013, you know, when he decided to essentially retire, not from coaching, but retire to Arizona, he had the second most wins in the state all time. You know, he was 678 wins, 180 losses, and, you know, Country Day has been to 10 state championships. Coach Keener's been to 9 and won them all. It's an amazing stat. He was 9 for 9 in the state championship. And obviously, you know, starting in the early 80s and as you got to the late 80s, early 90s with Chris Webber, we took a major step, won 3 state championships in a row along with a host of other players. And then Shane Battier came in and won another 3. And then through the 2000s, every so often, won a state championship, and obviously one of them is with Coach Nobles in 07, and one of his assistants is Dale Brundage. He graduated in 08, another alum who has a connection to the history of this gym, and I don't think people realize we are in a historic place with so many collegiate players have played and NBA players. It's just neat to see us kind of get back on track.
And Country Day starts it here in the third quarter. As Cordell Robinson gives it up to Christian Cast. Looking to set things up for the Yellow Jackets. Puts up a 3 and gets it to fall. A great way to start the second half. He's got 18 points now.
Yeah, if he gets going, Plymouth's going to have their hands full. Christian is just a pure scorer.
Zeri Rue jacks up a 3. Can't get it to fall. Amir Miller, mid-range jumper, gets it through.
You know, at some point, Plymouth's going to shift their defense to Christian, so we're going to have an answer for that in the half court, and it's going to be interesting to see.
Marino working on the inside, can't get it to go. Plymouth trying to go quickly on the other end. It's Amir Miller driving, can't put it through, couldn't get around Cade Wilhelmi. Here comes Cordell Robinson now. Passes it outside to Evan Singleton. Marino will reset.
That'd be nice, Isaiah. He'd take him to the rack.
He puts up a 3 and it goes.
Well, you can do that too, Luca. Forget the taking if you're going to hit a 3. But these are 2 guys offensively. If Isaiah and Christian get going, look out.
Wildcats trying to respond. Country Day already up 5 in the second half. Hyder drives, puts it through, able to respond.
Tough shot there, great defense. You know, sometimes the opponent's going to make a tough shot. I'm sure Coach Noble's going to live with that. Fade away off the glass there.
Cordell Robinson gets it over to Cast, puts up a long 3, just off the front iron. Hyder drives, and Cordell Robinson fouled him. It was a physical play. Just crossed the line a little bit.
Yeah, Cordell got caught in no man's land. You know, Coach Keener, when he was coaching, was something that every alum, if anyone is listening out there, would always remember his low block drill. When you're on the fast break and you know you can't make a play on the ball, you just run right by him and swat at the ball while it's on the offensive player's hip. I think if Cordell could have went for a low block, he may have gotten that to go out of bounds and avoid the foul there.
Hyder hits the first of 2.
You know, we got to do a good job on the blockouts here on these free throws. We've given up a couple offensive rebounds on missed free throws, and, you know, we've got to clean that up.
Hyder hits the second. It's a tie game at 32. Yellow Jackets will push it the other way, led by Cordell Robinson. Finds Marino inside. and puts it through. Isaiah Marino responds, breaking the tie.
Feel like we're seeing a coming of age with Isaiah. He's being really aggressive, attacking the rim. That is great to see.
Plymouth working on the other end. Great defense by the Yellow Jackets so far. Zeri Rue goes inside, and that'll be a foul on Evan Singleton. And that's foul number 3 for the senior.
Playing great defense. I feel terrible for Evan because he's playing his heart out there defensively. But this is what you want to see. You're going to take that foul. And we're playing aggressive, closing out, really being suffocating against this Plymouth offense. Great switch there by Evan.
Hyder throws it up to Zeri Rue. Works against Cordell Robinson, puts up a mid-range jumper that falls and ties the game back up.
Again, I think Coach Noble's going to let them make them all night long. There's no way they're going to win this game on, fadeaway jumpers.
Marino trying to work back inside, passes it back out to Christian Cast. And there'll be an off-ball foul called against Max Swafford for the Plymouth Wildcats. Getting a little too physical with Isaiah Marino. And you need to be physical with him because he's a threat anywhere on the court.
Strong player. Only a sophomore.
They give it back to Marino. Puts up a jumper. Doesn't fall off the glass. And the Wildcats will push it the other way in a tie game. Swafford drives, gets it to fall. Nice play.
Yeah, got caught again, help side, and that's what young teams do. Young teams will do that, but it's definitely something that they're going to be able to fix.
Marino working, hands it to Cordell Robinson, puts up a long 3, just short. And Plymouth taking it the other way. They've got a little bit of pace. Hyder trying to drive. It's poked away by Cordell Robinson.
Right there's a low block I was talking about.
Robinson tried to bounce it to Marino, and they'll call a kick ball. Jaden Martin coming in for the Yellow Jackets. Cast will inbound.
Now I'd look for us to get the ball back to Christian out of this out-of-bounds look.
Try to get into Marino. He puts the layup and lays it in. He's having a great night. 14 points here in the third quarter, and we're tied yet again. Hyder working against Jaden Martin. And this one's going to go the other way. Yellow Jackets take over.
Another great defensive set. Whenever you get a team to get a 3-second call, the reason is that usually there's ball pressure or they're stagnant because our defense is spaced correctly. And that any coach, he loves those. A 5-second call out of bounds or a 3-second in the lane, it means you're playing great defense.
Cass taking it up for the Yellow Jackets. Gets it to Marino. Wildcats know he's dangerous. Cougs trying to set it up. Bounces it inside. Tried to get to Jaden Martin. Plymouth able to take it away. Great job by Country Day to get back. Chase Calvin for 3. Couldn't get it to fall. It's tapped out of bounds, and Country Day will take it over.
Yeah, we're getting a little stagnant on offense here. It'll be interesting to see how long Coach Nobles goes without calling a timeout just to settle us. We're getting good movement, but, like on the last play, Jaden had a great backdoor cut, but, Jaden's not the tallest guy. Even if he gets it that deep, I'm not sure what he's going to do with it.
Both teams with plenty of timeouts in their back pocket. Here comes Isaiah Marino for the Yellow Jackets, and he lost it. Zeri Rue all alone on the other end of the floor. He'll have to regroup. Working from the corner against Christian Cast. Drives, baseline, gets it to fall. Zeri Rue having himself a great night. 15 points for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we need to get Christian a good shot here within the offense, whether that's isolating him or getting him off a screen. I think Christian could do this all night. He can shoot it, So you can't give him the space. So defenses will play up on him, but he's quick enough to get by the defender and create fouls. And, in high school, if you get 5 fouls, you become in the bonus, and it resets every quarter. So, we can get a team into the foul trouble very quickly.
Christian Cass gets a little help from Kooks, but he throws it away. Plymouth taking it the other way. It's Amir Miller, puts it up and puts it through. Plymouth now with a 4-point lead. Kooks working. Passes it back out to Evan Singleton, gets it over to Roman Allen. And there will be a foul against the Wildcats. Goes against Chase Calvin.
Even though we have the propensity to score quickly, this is an interesting moment here because we're not running. Plymouth is doing a better job of getting back on defense, so we got to be careful how big of a lead we're going to allow them.
Kooks working. Hands it over to Christian Cast. Step back, 3. Martin able to get it. Roman Allen going inside and gets it to go. His first points of the night. And Country Day draws within 2. Wildcats working on the other end. It was Chase Calvin that was fouled there.
And we can't reiterate it enough. Sometimes we'll talk about players like a Christian Cass, Isaiah Marino, Cordell Robinson. When Anthony Cartwright gets back, sometimes it's unfair to them because they played so much. We view them as juniors, and they're still sophomores. And so they're still learning. Even though they've played a ton of basketball, there's a difference to be playing in team basketball, playing for your high school.
And so much promise for these young Yellow Jackets. Chase Calvin was fouled on his way up by Cordell Robinson.
Yeah, and to a certain degree, and anyone who's coached basketball or has been a part of it, there's obviously a big proponent with playing in the summer on an AAU team and playing against better competition. But when you play high school basketball, you've got, there's structure. You got to play team defense. You're playing in front of your friends. It's a different game, and you have these pressure moments. So, again, these are freshmen and sophomores primarily, and every game they are going to get better and better and better.
Calvin only got 1 of 2, but gets his own rebound. Working against Cordell Robinson, driving inside. And they're going to call a jump ball. Plymouth will keep it on their end.
Yeah, there's another example on a free throw. The one thing, depending on our lineup, we are a little exposed in the rebounding department with our height. If we've got a Cade and a Isaiah in the game, Anthony when he comes back a little better. But when we're going mainly guards, it's tough for us.
Hyder working for the Wildcats. He passed it to Short, but he gave it away. Cordell Robinson working on the other end, lays it up, doesn't go through. Ball goes out of bounds. Country Day will keep it.
Cordell, great running the court, and as he gets older, he's probably going to learn. He probably should have just leaned into that defender and get fouled. Sometimes you get caught under that rim, and it becomes a very difficult shot.
Kooks working down low, couldn't get it to fall. Zeri Rue taking it the other way for the Wildcats. Behind the back, taken away by Ethan Bray. Passes it up, Jaden Martin inside and goes out of bounds. The Yellow Jackets will keep it.
I definitely, we got to get out of this third quarter, and maybe at the break, Coach Nobles kind of reset us and everyone take a breath. You can tell if you're watching, we're struggling a little bit offensively. Our defense is hanging in there, but we've got to get some more flow offensively.
Strong start to the third quarter by the Yellow Jackets, but Plymouth has crawled their way back into the lead by 3.
And
Marino was fouled by Swafford.
Wonder down the stretch, Luca, of Coach Nobles, if there's going to be any point where Isaiah or Christian are not in, meaning if one's not in, the other has to be, because right now, tonight, they are our offense. So Isaiah came quickly back in, and I think that's smart by Coach Nobles. You got to put your hot hand in there.
Cordell Robinson looking to inbound. Gets to Ethan Bray. Wanted the three. Gives it up to Isaiah Marino. Robinson working against Hyder. Bounces it to Marino. Goes inside. Puts up the jumper and gets it to fall. Isaiah Marino can make an impact no matter where he is on the court. And brings the Yellow Jackets within one.
Doing a great job in the post there. He's growing up tonight.
Rue working for the Wildcats, trying to go inside, floats it, gets his own rebound, can't fall. Robinson bringing it for the Yellow Jackets. 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. It's a 1-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets. Inside, Marino gets it to fall once again.
Great example of how we're growing up. Cordell's understanding who has a hot hand. End of quarter, get it to the guy who's having a great night.
Now Chase Calvin lays it up and lays it in inside 10 seconds. Yellow Jackets will have to hurry. Jaden Martin with 2 on the clock. Heaves it beyond half court, and that will end the third quarter of play. Plymouth leads Country Day 43-42. We'll be right back here. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We're back here for the Yellow Jackets home opener in the Shaw Gymnasium. I'm Luka Nowinski alongside Steve Lepkowski. It's a 1-point game as we enter the fourth quarter. What are you looking for from the Yellow Jackets here?
Yeah, I'd love to see us, at least for a moment of time, maybe first 2-3 minutes, Coach Nobles really put some pressure, even if it's three-quarter court, get us up and down running. That was our most success in the second quarter. And then, you're watching this game. All the kids that are young are maturing, but I think a part of that maturation we saw late in the third, understanding who's having the hot hand tonight. That's Isaiah Marino and Christian Cass. If I'm Coach Nobles, they ain't coming out the rest of the game, and the ball needs to be in one of those two players' hands.
Marino and Cass both with 18 points on the night through 3 quarters. Cass will start with it here in the fourth quarter. Finds Roman Allen. He'll hand it over to Robinson. Back to Allen, trying to drive down low. Lost it for a moment, passes it outside. Cass with a mid-range jumper. Gets it to fall. He's got 20. And the Yellow Jackets take a 1-point lead.
Hopefully our help side is really good by Roman. Can't get overexposed when we're on the backside of the defense here.
Cass hits the deck. Zeri Rue with it for the Wildcats. Gives it up to Hyder. Ali Hyder driving. Puts it up, puts it through. He's had a couple of nice plays driving to the basket now with 10 points. Yellow Jackets pushing the tempo. Cordell Robinson tried to get it out to Ethan Bray. It'll go out of bounds. Country Day will keep it.
Yeah, we've just got to do a really good job. You saw Christian hit a pull-up jumper last time down the set. I can't express it enough. If I'm Coach Nobles, he's calling the timeout. I'm sure he's going to remind the kids. Not that we don't want the other players involved, but there's certain nights you've got a hot hand. We've got 2 kids having a tremendous offensive game. When you're in a tight game like that, I want them shooting the ball.
And I got to hear kind of a great preview of the season with head coach Daryl Nobles on the Jacket Journeys podcast found on the Country Day YouTube page. Hear a little bit about his journey to Country Day here as a student athlete and how that experience has kind of transformed into his role as a head coach, how it's helped him relate to these players and their experiences. It's the same thing he experienced, especially these young guys.
Yeah, Luca, I will tell you as an alum, and, I'm the baseball coach at this school. At Country Day, there's nothing like an alum coming back to coach. It's a different place. It's not for everyone, but it's a great place for the right people, and Daryl is certainly one of those people.
It's an amazing conversation on the podcast. Highly recommend you take a listen. Foul called, looks to be against the Wildcats. Our coaching staff is not happy.
These are
Hornbacher.
These are great games for our team. Again, you can't overemphasize a young roster, and now it's 44-45, 7 minutes to go. This is what really builds you as a team and gets you experience you need.
Cast will work it for the Yellow Jackets. Going inside, puts it up, doesn't fall. Wildcats with a fast break. Bounce pass to Rue. Puts it up, puts it through. Great job by the Wildcats to capitalize on the opportunity. They're up by 3.
So right now we've got 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen in crunch time on the court. It's an amazing thing to watch here.
Ethan Bray working it. Gives it up to Cast. And they're going to call a foul before Cast pass to Marino.
Yeah, I like Christian attacking the basket. Maybe getting a little 2-man game with Isaiah and really put Plymouth in a bind here. Working on the same side, maybe a pick and pop. I just think those are 2 players that got to carry this home for us tonight.
That's the 3rd foul on Ali Hyder, the senior for the Wildcats. Cass looking to inbound for Country Day.
So Coach Keener out of bounds play right here.
Marino back out to Cass. Corner 3, and he's fouled. He will go to the line to shoot 3.
So that was a staple, Luca. There's about 3 or 4 out-of-bounds plays. I've recognized a couple. That one, Coach Keener, the only difference was he was doing that with Chris Weber and Shane Battier. So he's doing it with a 6'10 and a 6'8 person. But when we would have a post player, sometimes you overthink things. Just put your tallest kid, your best post player on the block and spread everyone out. And that's what we just did with Isaiah.
Cast at the line for 3. Makes the first.
And he, Christian is an amazing pure shooter, about as good as I've seen play on this court. So I'm hoping these free throws are automatic. He's just got a great stroke.
Can't hit the second.
Yeah, I'm never saying that again, Luca. I just said pitcher has a no-hitter going into the 9th.
Is that your first announcer's jinx?
I think so. I think I'm going to put that one back in the toolkit and never bring it out again.
Cast able to hit the 3rd, so he goes 2 for 3 from the line. Brings it within 1 for the Yellow Jackets.
We haven't seen too much full court pressure. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Nobles at some point off a make sees what full court would do to Plymouth. AJ's got to drop the help side here.
Hyder tried to drive it. Gets it back outside. Abdul Hamad for 3. Can't get it to fall. Nice rebound by Marino. Robinson pushing it. Going inside. Lays it up. Lays it in and gets the lead for the Yellow Jackets.
Great decision there. They were sloughing off on Roman, and Cordell just took it right to the rack.
Rue working for Plymouth. Gets it back to Calvin. Calvin trying to go inside. They're going to call an offensive foul, and Country Day will take it over.
Luca, it's the one thing we talk about the maturation of our program over the last 3 years. One thing I noticed right away on their first game at Sterling Heights Stevenson, and it's a testament to Coach Nobles and his staff, from year 2 to year 3, how hard our kids play. And you have seen it all game. We've made mistakes, and that comes with a young roster, but they are playing hard right to the end. And for Jaden to get an offensive foul there as a defender on Plymouth that's just a great example of that.
Marino gets it back outside to Cast. Over to Robinson for 3. Can't get it to fall, a little too strong, and the Wildcats take over. trying to take the lead back. It's been back and forth all night long. Rue working, poked away by Jaden Martin. Rue able to get it back. Cross court to Calvin. Almost lost it, and Plymouth will call a timeout.
Great job by Jaden there. You know, Jaden's one of our better defenders in football. He's a lockdown corner, and he's bringing that to the basketball court. He has been locking down the ball handlers for Plymouth all night long.
And Country Day is really playing with an intensity here in the fourth quarter. This whole game has really been back and forth. One team scores, the other answers. It's been tied or within 3 or 4 points almost the entire way. What's making the difference for the Yellow Jackets right now that they've crawled back into the lead?
Well, you know, I think it's the ball pressure defensively, but also, you know, the Country Day, we're sitting 1-2, and our last 2 games, we lost very similar games. So, again, as a young roster, we've got that experience, and it's our home opener, and every game they play, they're going to come out, learn from previous games, which they've learned that they had a little bit of trouble closing the game out. And I'm sure Coach Nobles from Monday's practice to today has talked about that. And you watch tape and you learn from the mistakes you've made. And I'm sure he's in that huddle right now. Remember when we were playing Port Huron Northern. Remember when we were playing Heartland. And so, you know, I just liking everything I'm seeing from the Country Day lineup and Coach Noble's staff.
48-47, Country Day lead.
Look at that.
Jaden Martin takes it away on the inbound. Cast setting it up for the Yellow Jackets. He'll reset. Trying to drive inside on the baseline. Puts it up. He's fouled on his way up. And Cast will go to the line for 2 to try to extend the lead.
Yeah, you know, Christian, you know, as a freshman, he had moments where like, wow, that's a freshman. And I mean, he is taking the next step. He is going to be a fine player. He's definitely a Division I player, but there's good basketball players, and then there's pure scorers, and Christian is a pure scorer. You could see there he drove. He got the defender up, just went right into underneath his arm. He knew he was going to get fouled, get to the line, and get some points for free here.
Made the first, looking for the second to make this a 3-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Hits it.
So here's a full court pressure.
We thought we would see it. Chase Calvin trying to go quickly for the Wildcats. They'll slow it down. He'll get his offense set up. Camden Short.
We're doing a great job switching all screens here.
Calvin working, drives inside. No good, but Calvin gets it back. Rue, pass inside to Short. He puts it through. Nice job by Plymouth on offense. 50-49, Yellow Jacket lead. Robinson working. Trying to drive baseline. Bounces it. Christian Cast on the outside. Woo. Hits the jumper for 2.
And here we come right back with full court pressure. Play off here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we sneak in a trap. But what an exciting game, Luca, for home opener. There we go,
Jaden Martin pokes it away, lays it up, can't get it to go on the fast break, but Cass puts it back in for the Yellow Jackets. It's a 5-point lead.
Hey, Christian Cass and Isaiah Marino have been MVPs of offense. Jaden Martin, MVP of the defense. He has really been a spark plug all game long.
Calvin trying to get something going for the Plymouth offense. Over to Rue now. This crowd is coming alive in the final 4 minutes. Rue going to the rack. Can't get it to fall. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, we got caught there with our help side again. Cordell had to slide over, anticipate that a little bit better, but I can't underestimate what a job by Jaden Martin. He's probably going to go unseen in the scorebook, but we're not winning right now without Jaden Martin. He's completely changed the momentum here in the fourth quarter.
Rue at the line. He'll shoot 2. And hits the first.
You know, again, here we are with 3.5 minutes to go, home opener, tight game, and people I need to realize we have 4 sophomores and a freshman on the court. Just unheard of.
Rue able to get them both. He's got 19 points on the night. Been a great asset to this Wildcat offense. Now Robinson pushing it for the Yellow Jackets. Marino corrals it, trying to work inside, faces some defensive pressure from Rue, tries to shoot it over him, couldn't get it.
Look at
Martin
Jaden.
comes flying in to try to get the rebound. It'll still go Plymouth's way, but it's the effort from these young players that has really made a big difference for the Yellow Jackets and set the tone for this season.
100%. I mean, I know Jaden very well, and it's like he's just not even getting tired. He's playing at a different speed than anyone else on the court right now.
Swafford trying to find a look. Passes it inside to his teammate Short. Hyder driving in, and he's fouled on his way up. He'll shoot 2 now.
You know, and we're still playing good defense. We got to keep doing what we were doing on offense, and you've seen it. We're either pushing it up the court or we get in a half court. Isaiah or Christian are going to take that shot in multiple ways. You know, Isaiah can be on the block. He can drive, and Christian, you know, whatever you want, he's going to get a shot. He's the one thing I really like about Christian Luca is he's an old school player, and he's got that medium range jump shot. You know, if you people remember Rip Hamilton was known for the medium range shot, and not many players have that in the current state of basketball. It's feast or famine. It's either at the rack or it's a three-pointer. Christian, he can score anywhere on the court.
Notable for the Yellow Jackets, that was Cordell Robinson's 4th foul, so he will head to the bench. Cade Wilhelmy, the senior, coming back in for the Yellow Jackets. Haven't seen him a whole lot in the second half, so he'll be fresh and ready to go.
Yeah, Cade's got one job, get every rebound.
Hyder only hits 1 of 2. Plymouth fighting for the rebound, and Swafford got it. 2-point game. Swafford for 3, can't get it to fall. Allen was able to get the rebound for the Yellow Jackets. And Cass will push it inside 3 minutes with a 2-point lead. And it's poked away by Swafford. He's had a nice couple of possessions. Hyder to the rack, can't get it to fall. Great rebound by Christian Cast, able to get it to Marino. Now Roman Allen will slow it down.
What you're alluding to, we don't have Cordell now, so we don't have our point guard. That's people are gonna have to adjust. Although capable on the court, there's a difference between being the point guard and being able just to run an offense.
Roman Allen, the freshman, kicks it out to Cast. Cast working. Finds a lane. Puts it up. Doesn't fall. Wilhelmy was fighting for the rebound. Jaden Martin comes in and gets it. That one bounces off a Plymouth player. Maybe a timeout call there by the Yellow Jackets.
You know, with 2 minutes to go, I wonder if Coach Noble just says, you know what, I don't care about 4 fouls. We need Cordell in now. And, you know, we can't let Plymouth get back in. If he fouls out with a minute to go, so be it. It'll be interesting to see when you bring back Cordell, our point guard. And that's easier said than done. But, you know, we still have a 2-point lead, so we got to play like we're in the lead. I'd be shocked if he's going to try to stall this out for 2 minutes. That's pretty difficult. But I'm sure he's telling them, hey, it's got to be an open shot.
Offense seemed to be struggling a little bit without the point guard, Cordell Robinson, so it'll be interesting to see what lineup head coach Daryl Nobles comes out of the timeout with. Still 2 timeouts in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Not a huge concern here, especially with the lead, but they've got to play smart.
Yeah, so he's telling them in the huddle, hey, just what you just said. We have 2 timeouts. We only have 2 fouls. So if you get beat and we have a chance to foul before Plymouth player shoots, do it. They have 5 fouls. The next foul, we are shooting a 1-and-1. So we probably tell them, attack the basket. Attack the basket. If you get caught up in no man's land in the air, you need to lean in, get that foul so we can make this a free throw game. So we've got a lot of advantages. But again, we've got a young team, and this is going to be a great 2 minutes here at the Shaw Gym.
Country Day will look to set it up on the offensive end. Christian Cast for 3 from the corner. Can't get it to fall. Wilhelmy was fighting for the rebound, couldn't get it. Chase Calvin trying to go quickly for the Wildcats, and they'll say he's fouled. Will go against Roman Allen, but not really an issue for the Yellow Jackets, like you said. Now only 3 team fouls. It'll be an opportunity for the defense to reset. No harm with the fast break.
So we're going with a pretty small lineup here. We really got to defend the basket. I'm sure Plymouth is going to look, see if they can get some kind of back pick here toward the rim.
And like we were talking about earlier, it's that young lineup, 3 sophomores, 2 freshmen. Plymouth calls their timeout. They'll have 2 to go. We'll take a quick break here. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We're back here from Shaw Gymnasium for the Country Day men's basketball home opener. 54-52 lead is what the Yellow Jackets hold. This is certain to be a great ending. It's been a great game throughout. Wildcats working. 3 from the corner for Amir Miller. What a shot.
Well, here we got to get some flow. Down 1, and like I said, attack the basket. If it's a jumper, needs to be an open shot. Like to see Christian attack the basket here.
Christian Cass working. Gets it poked away by Zeri Rue. Hits the deck. And they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Yeah, coach has got to bring Cordell back in. This is what you alluded to, late in the game. You can't worry about fouls. It's obvious our offense, Christian's a great player, but he's an off-the-ball player, and now you're putting him in position to be the point guard, run the offense, and, this is a minute and 25 seconds here.
Plymouth with a 1-point lead. This is a crucial defensive possession for the Yellow Jackets. Chase Calvin will take it up for the Wildcats. Minute 20 to go. Calvin working. Trying to drive against Cass, puts it up. And another travel. It's been the traveling violations that have been the woes for the Wildcats. Cordell Robinson checks back in for the Yellow Jackets. Minute 11 to go.
So, now we got Cordell back in the game. This should be a little bit more flowing set. I would probably think they're going to try to see if we can get Isaiah on the block. If not, kick out to Christian. And let's get a good shot here.
Robinson working. Driving baseline, puts it up, puts it through to take the lead for the Yellow Jackets. And a timeout called.
Yeah, great call, great timeout by Coach Nobles. Get the bucket up 1, call timeout, 30-second timeout, get our defensive set, give them all reminders here. If we get the ball, I believe we have 1 timeout left. So if we get the ball, you're caught up by Plymouth. Call the timeout. No errant passes. And what a great finish, Luca. First game of the year at home. This is amazing.
What more could you ask for? Country Day with a 1-point lead, under a minute to go. Cordell Robinson really provided a spark for that Yellow Jacket offense. You're kind of expecting him to set the table, provide an opportunity for either Christian Cast or Isaiah Marino, our leading scorers. But he just did it all himself, driving down that baseline. We've seen him try that a couple of times tonight, and it paid off for the Yellow Jackets, giving them the lead.
What I was alluding to before, so Christian has been a stalwart offensively for us for 2 years, and certainly this year. But Isaiah's, what a great game, starting to come into his own offensively. So now when you have 2 players, Isaiah in the block, Christian in the corner, they got to help with those guys. And Cordell recognized it, had a clear lane, and just went right to the rack. And that's what's significant about what Isaiah's game has been today. And hopefully as the season goes on, if we can get 2 scores on the court, we're a dangerous team against anyone.
Cass with 28 points, Marino with 18. They've been the stars of the show for the Yellow Jackets. Now Plymouth taking it on offense, down by 1. 50 seconds to go in this home opening thriller. Trying to work at Zeri Rue on the outside against Jaden Martin. Driving, ball on the floor. Amir Miller for 3. He hits another fourth quarter 3.
Well, now Plymouth did what we did. We get a big bucket, call timeout. They're going to set their defense. It'll be interesting now with 37 seconds. A lot of teams, Coach Nobles is probably talking about what offensive set. It'll be interesting a lot of coaches like to come out with a full court press here and maybe a zone to kind of take them off guard, slow it up. It's going to be a great chess match from this point forward. And remember, we're in the bonus next foul against Plymouth. So if we can, again, attack the rack, we get fouled and we can get a couple free throws.
Amir Miller for the Wildcats coming into his own here in the fourth quarter. He's got now 15 points. He's been a critical player for the Wildcats and really the reason they have this 2-point lead over the Yellow Jackets. 37.6 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and what a great game for the crowd, great game for our players. Again, a young team. These are all you just put in the bank, the experience bank. And, I just have a feeling the way this game is going, I just feel like Christian, I won't be surprised we see a 3 here and go for the lead. He's just been playing lights out. What we have to do is hopefully be somewhat under control and not try to force the issue here.
Lineup for the Yellow Jackets is Cordell Robinson, Christian Cast, Roman Allen, Ethan Bray, and Isaiah Marino. Cordell Robinson working it, 30 seconds to go. Cast on the outside, trying to drive. Shoots one baseline. They wanted the foul. They're not going to get it, but it goes out of bounds, tipped by a Plymouth player, so Country Day will keep it. And a timeout called by head coach Daryl Nobles. We'll take a quick step aside here. 24 seconds on the clock. Country Day down by 2. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We're back here for the Country Day men's basketball home opener from Shaw Gymnasium. Down by 2 in the fourth quarter, 24 seconds on the clock, but they have the ball. Critical offensive possession for the Yellow Jackets. Cast will inbound. Trying to find the open man. It's Marino. Gets it out to Cordell Robinson. He'll set the table, 20 seconds to go. Cordell with the cross. Picks it back up. Gets Roman Allen. Fighting for it. And a foul called against the Wildcats. That goes against Chase Calvin. That's his 4th. Haven't seen Chase Calvin a whole lot on the scoreboard. Only 3 points. But he's been a critical player for the Wildcats. And now we'll see Roman Allen at the line.
Yeah, this is, you do this at the end of practices almost every day. Here we go. You're a freshman. You got two chances here to tie it up.
Allen cannot hit the first. 13 seconds on the clock.
So hopefully Roman, he makes this. We're going to have to foul immediately, make this a free throw game. If he misses, one thing that we used to do under Coach Keener, you're not necessarily trying to get the rebound, you're just trying to tip it out back, to Christian or Jaden here. So this will be a great finish here, and interesting to see what happens.
Yellow Jackets brought in Cade Wilhelmi for the rebound. Allen hits the free throw, so it's a 1-point game.
So I'm sure Plymouth is bringing in all their free throw shooters here, anticipating a foul. We can either foul immediately or we can overplay and try to see if we can get a steal.
13 seconds on the clock. Yellow Jackets need the basketball or a foul. Hyder will inbound for the Wildcats, gets it in, and a foul now goes against Jaden Martin with 10 on the clock.
Yeah, we're still in a good spot. Even if they make both free throws, we'll be down 3 with almost 11 seconds. The big thing is, which has kind of been a running theme tonight, if they miss the second free throw, we got to box out. They have gotten 4 or 5 offensive rebounds off free throws, and that is we need to be focused. Roman and Isaiah got to do a great job with his box out.
They can't get the first. It's Max Swafford at the line.
Now Coach Noble's doing an offensive substitution, bringing in Ethan and Cordell. And, Christian's got to block out this shooter. Roman's got to do a great job, and so does Isaiah.
Swafford at the line. Country Day down by 1. Hits the second. Now Cast will push it under 10 seconds. Yellow Jackets down by 2. Cast going to the rack. He's fouled on the floor, and he will go to the line. 5 seconds on the clock.
Really like that about Christian. Gets the ball, let's just go and attack. Again, he's maturing as a player. He understands he can get a shot off attacking, or he can get fouled. And, here we go. We're a little bit under 6 seconds. We got 2 free throw attempts. Even if we miss one of them, we'll have a chance here, but hopefully we'll make both, and we'll have a tie game.
Swafford fouled out for the Wildcats. Cast at the line for 2. Country Day down by 2. He hits the first.
It's always the toughest. That thing's rattling around. I'm sure Christian took a deep sigh of relief there. And again, this is great for these kids. Pressure situation, home opener, down 1, 6 seconds left in the game, shooting a free throw. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than this.
Cast has 1 more free throw attempt to go, and Country Day down by 1. Both teams in the bonus. Referees having a discussion at the scorer's table.
I think they're trying to figure out who was the person that committed the foul.
Cast with the free throw attempt to tie the game for the Yellow Jackets. He hits it.
Big shot.
We've got a tie game with 5.7 on the clock.
And Coach Noble's making defensive substitution. Got to remind our players we're not fouling, playing ball pressure. Looks like Plymouth's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, they take their final timeout. So tie game, 59-59, 5.7 on the clock. No timeouts, both teams in the bonus. What do you do here?
We just want to play solid defense. We don't want to give them an opportunity to throw the ball in and let it roll as time you see so the clock doesn't start. We wanted to have to make a short pass to get it in and then just slough off. And we do not want to foul. We can't take the bait on a shot at the buzzer like you're trying to block it if it's deep in the backcourt. Just got to play solid defense. If they get a shot off, we've got to block out. We can't give up a tip in. And again, depending on who's on the court for us, that can be an issue based on our size. But I think we're in a good spot. Hopefully Jaden Martin is going to take whoever gets the ball. I don't let him throw deep. Jaden jumps whoever gets the ball, and we're going to be in good shape and get this thing to overtime.
Jaden Martin's been the key player for the Yellow Jackets on defense today. He's in the game alongside Evan Singleton, Christian Cast, Roman Allen, and Isaiah Marino. The Wildcats will have to go the full length of the court in 5.7 seconds.
One thing Roman's covering the ball, he's got to be mindful of number 5 throwing it in and then sprinting down the court.
Hyder looking to throw it in. Gets it to Zeri Rue. Pushes it. Chase Calvin to the basket. Puts it up. It doesn't fall. Plymouth wanted a foul. They won't get it. And we're going to get extra basketball in the Shaw Gymnasium for the home opener. 59-59 at the end of 4. It's not enough to separate these two teams. We're going to OT. We'll take a quick break here from the Shaw Gymnasium. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We're back here from the Shaw Gymnasium. We've got overtime in the home opener. Country Day in Plymouth tied at 59. They'll put 4 minutes on the clock. And both teams will have a chance to battle this one out for an extra period.
Now, Luca, this is my first time calling a basketball game. You're going to need to guarantee me overtime every time. What an exciting game, right to the last tick of the buzzer. And this, again, what an exciting home opener here.
Isaiah Marino and Zeri Rue for the tip-off.
They took an extra there.
And the travel again for the Wildcats gives the Yellow Jackets the ball.
You know, so with 4 minutes in this overtime, we revert back to what you alluded to late in the fourth. Cordell's got 4 fouls. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue. But it's good to have them in here running our offense and
feeds it to Marino, baseline, puts it up, puts it in. He hasn't scored in a little while, but he's got 20 points on the night now. Yellow Jackets with a 2-point lead in OT.
That's been there all day long with him, the diagonal cut to the block.
Rue drives, he's fouled on the floor. Foul goes against Christian Cast, his 3rd foul. And Rue will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, you know, we're both teams in the bonus here, so every foul, we're going to be at the line. And, you know, everyone has a different strategy in overtime, and some people like to switch what they've been doing all game. Some stay the course. It'll be interesting, again, to see what both coaches do here.
Zeri Rue misses the first. Hits the second.
You know, Plymouth here, they're coming up with some full pressure now.
Cordell Robinson setting it up for the Yellow Jackets. Facing some pressure, gets it off to Marino on the outside. Gives to Cast. Cast drives, backs it out. He'll reset for the Yellow Jackets with a 1-point lead. Cast tried to pass it, couldn't get it anywhere. Hyder going down the other end of the floor for the Wildcats. He's fouled on the shot, and he will go to the line now for 2.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be Christian's 4th, which is critical now if it is. And we got Cordell and Christian with 4 fouls.
It does go against Christian Casta's 4th. Hyder at the line for 2. Opportunity to tie or take the lead. Can't hit the first.
Yeah,
So,
you know, Plymouth has struggled a little bit at the line, what bodes well for us. You know, it's not automatic when they're up there.
Yellow Jackets, 2 key players with 4 fouls in Christian Cast and Cordell Robinson. 3:07 to go in OT. Hyder with the second free throw attempt to tie the game. 61-61. Robinson taking it up for Country Day. Going down that left side. Gives it up to Jaden Martin.
I'd like to see us isolate Marino. Let him
Kicks it back out. Martin inside. Can't get it to fall. And the Wildcats now in a tie game with the basketball. Hyder driving inside. And he gets it to fall. Hyder's coming into his own here late in the game. 2:32 to go. Yellow Jackets down by 2 now. Marino. He's fouled at the top by Zeri Rue. That'll be Rue's 3rd foul. And Marino will be sent to the line to shoot 2 and a chance to tie the game for the Yellow Jackets with 2:26 on the clock.
Yeah, you know, it seems this whole second half we've ran our offense down the left side of the court, and, you know, that may just be where we're comfortable, but something as subtle as let's open our setup on the right side away from the bench. That may give us a little better look. Right now, we've been stagnant in overtime.
Marino able to hit the first. Evan Singleton checking in for the Yellow Jackets, as well as Ethan Bray. Roman Allen will take a seat, and Cordell Robinson will take a seat, so that's critical for these Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'd love for us, you know, make this basket, get on defense, get a stop and run out, and let's really attack, get a layup.
Marino, second one is pure. 2 for 2 from the free throw line, ties the game at 63. Chase Calvin bringing it up for the Wildcats. Calvin working against Ethan Bray.
Christian's got to be real smart defensively here, not pick up that fifth.
Hyder will set it back up for Plymouth. Working against Christian Cass, like we said, 4 fouls. Now over to Amir Miller. He's hit a couple of threes. Puts up a mid-range jumper, rims out. Jaden Martin with the rebound, and Cast will take it up for the Yellow Jackets inside 2 minutes. Tie game at 63. Big offensive possession for Country Day. Isaiah Marino taking it.
Great
inside,
take. Great take.
Puts it up. He's fouled on his way up, so he will go to the line for another pair of free throws.
I think, if we can, in this last minute, a little bit over a minute and a half, when we're on offense, we either got to isolate Christian or isolate Isaiah, just like that. There's no one on the court that can cover either one of them, and just attack the basket. Again, Christian's got to be smart. He can't get his 5th foul here.
Some foul trouble for Plymouth as Marino hits the first. Zeri Rue picked up his 4th foul. Chase Calvin also with 4. We also had Max Swafford foul out. So now they're kind of facing the same pressure that the Yellow Jackets are. Marino with his 2nd free throw attempt. It falls. Country Day with a 2-point lead off the back of some Isaiah Marino free throws here in overtime.
This is great. Little token, full court pressure.
Jaden Martin was able to poke it away, but they'll say he fouled. Now Jaden Martin with 4 fouls. He was playing a pretty clean game on the defensive side of the basketball until right around the 4th quarter. Now picks up his 4th. So that's going to be critical for the Yellow Jackets on the defensive end now. Martin with 4, Cast with 4, and Cordell Robinson with 4.
Yeah, I think both coaches don't want to see the second overtime. They may be playing with kids who haven't even been in the game. But that's what happens. You play a highly contested game. You're in overtime. Those
Rue
fouls
at the line. Hits the first.
Those fouls add up. And so this is, again, I can't reiterate enough. Country Days had 2 close losses their previous times on the court. Here we are again. Highly contested game. Overtime. Up 1. Minute and a half to go.
Zeri Rue with the chance to tie the game. 1:35 on the clock. And it falls. We're tied in overtime. 65-65. Christian Cass taking it up for the Yellow Jackets. Gets the screen from Wilhelmi. Cast, drives, lays it up, lays it in for the Yellow Jackets, and they take the lead off the back of Christian Cass. 32 points on the night for the sophomore. Zeri Rue sets it up for the Wildcats. Christian Cass playing some defense, got to be careful. Lays it up, he responds. Zeri Rue, he's got 24. Minute 3 to go. Cordell Robinson setting the table for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, we guys keep doing the same thing. Get in Christian's hands and attack the glass.
Cordell drives. And they're going to call a foul on the floor against Zeri Rue. He is out of this game. The Wildcats' best offensive player is going to take a seat on the bench. That could be critical for Plymouth.
Yeah, Cordell attacked the basket. He got a little deep there, but drew contact, which is huge, and, getting the offensive leader out for Plymouth. This is what we're trying to avoid with Christian. And if I'm Coach Nobles, I'm reminding Christian again, listen, hopefully we have the lead after these free throws. Do not foul.
Cordell Robinson can't hit the first. The game remains tied. He's got one more free throw attempt with 55 on the clock. Jaden Martin waiting to check in for the Yellow Jackets. Robinson at the line. Can't get it to fall. Wilhelmi was fighting for the rebound, couldn't get it. Hyder bringing it up for Plymouth. 50 seconds to go in overtime. We're tied at 67. Hyder trying to drive. Backs it out. They'll reset Amir Miller. Remember, Wildcats without their best player on offense, Zeri Rue, fouled out. They're going to dribble this one out a little bit. Now Amir Miller trying to drive. Kicks it back out to Hamad. Hamad with the 3. It's no good, but they're going to call a foul on the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I think Isaiah would like to have that one taken back. I'm not sure, no matter what happened, that ball was going in, but just playing his heart out, being aggressive. So we'll have 3 shots here.
Tie game with just under 30 seconds to go. Plymouth with 3 free throws for Abdul Hamad, who has not scored yet today. Now here in a tie game in overtime. Gets the first. Two more shots for Hamad. Can't hit the second.
Yeah, that was a big miss there. So, no matter what, just need a 2-point bucket here going down the stretch. But again, we're going to be 30 seconds to go. I would like to think that, we're going to isolate Christian, maybe on the same side as Isaiah on the block, and go with our 2 best players.
Jaden Martin checks back in for the Yellow Jackets. Hamad able to hit the second, so Plymouth with the 2-point lead, 69-67, under 30 seconds to go. Cass taking it up the court for the Yellow Jackets. And a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets with 23 on the clock in overtime. We'll take a quick step aside. This is your home for Country Day basketball. We're back from the Shaw Gymnasium in Beverly Hills, Michigan. In overtime, 23 seconds on the clock. Yellow Jackets are down by 2 to the Plymouth Wildcats.
Yeah, just a great night of basketball. This is when we were, seems like 3 hours ago, started this broadcast. This is what Country Day basketball is. This brings me memories of the excitement in this gym every night.
What more could you ask for? Cordell Robinson setting it up, 20 seconds to go for the Yellow Jackets offense. Bounce pass to Marino, trying to work inside. And they call a travel against Isaiah Marino. This one's going the other way with 15 on the clock. And the Yellow Jackets down by 2. So the Yellow Jackets have to take their players out with 4 fouls for sure.
Yeah, Jaden and Isaiah got caught next to each other, but we're okay. It's 15 seconds. We got foul immediately, and make this a free throw game.
Hyder
it can't be Christian.
Cass cannot foul. And they call the foul. Who will it be? And it goes against Christian Cast. He is out of this game for the Yellow Jackets. 11.7 on the clock. 2-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets, and Chase Calvin at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, what a night by Christian. It's unfortunate. He was just in that position. He had to foul. He was just in that position where he had to foul. So we're going to hope for a miss here and get another chance here down the court.
And Calvin hits the first. It's a 3-point game now.
Yeah, we really need a miss here, but on that miss, we got to block out. It's been an issue tonight, and go down and get a great look at a 3.
Cass leaves the game with 32 points to his name. Calvin hits the second. Plymouth with a 4-point lead. Yellow Jackets have to push it. Cordell Robinson jacks up a 3. Can't get it to fall. Marino tried to get the rebound. It goes out of bounds with 4.4 on the clock. Plymouth with a 71-67 lead, and it seems all but over for the Yellow Jackets in this home opener.
Yeah, at this point, Plymouth's going to walk away with this win. But what a great night of basketball, and it's going to sting for the players.
Hyder gets it into Amir Miller. He's fouled immediately by Jaden Martin, and will go to the line for 2. With a 4-point lead for the Wildcats.
No, you can already see it on the kids' faces. There's disappointment, but again, the amount of growth they've had game to game this year, I'm telling you, by the end of the season, Luca, when we get to senior day and then get into districts, I just have a feeling we're going to make a run. The energy they play with is something we haven't seen in a long time in this gym, and that's going to carry us. And again, we're young, talented, with a bunch of kids that have a huge upside.
Miller hits them both. He's got 17 points, 2.4 on the clock. Cordell Robinson will dribble this one out. And Plymouth comes away with a 73-67 win over the Yellow Jackets. But an encouraging performance for these Yellow Jackets. They did a great job to stay in it the entire game against a talented Plymouth team. Just come up a little bit short in overtime, but a really great home opener for these Yellow Jackets and a lot of promise for the season ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, there's two parts to this. On the one hand, it's with the kids on the team. They have been in some grueling, close losses early in the season. Again, the experience they're gaining on what went well, what didn't. The coaches finding out better their rotation, where they're comfortable. But there's a second piece to this. Whenever you have a home opener, you hope for a great, exciting game and the crowd that's here. And I bet based off this, Luca, we're going to have more and more students here, more and more people come to see these young Yellow Jackets. Because I tell you, these freshmen and sophomores, as the season goes on, as the year's going on, we're going to get back to what Country Day basketball is all about. And again, we said it earlier in the telecast, when you come into Shaw Gym, you're looking at one of the hallowed courts in the Midwest. And when Coach Keener left, this was a national program, certainly a top program in the Midwest. And Darryl Nobles and his staff have done a tremendous job. You see improvement, and it showed today. You could see how hard these kids played. And again, we'll be on other telecasts. I think unfairly sometimes they're judged as being juniors and seniors when you're literally looking at based on age a JV team. And look how well they did. So it's certainly exciting, and what a great opener.
Great game tonight. Once again, our final score, the Plymouth Wildcats defeat the Country Day Yellow Jackets 73-67 in overtime. For Steve Lepkowski, I'm Luka Nowinski signing off from Shaw Gymnasium. Thank you for watching. Good night.